Hey there. How's it going everyone? Total Level here with another JRPG video. This time we're looking at underrated JRPGs on all different consoles here, so picked out a handful here of 8 different ones for 8 different consoles. I thought this would be kind of cool and be able to talk about certain JRPGs that I either haven't talked about on my channel at all or at least very little about, so yeah, I thought this would be a lot of fun because, yeah, there's a lot of great JRPGs out there that kind of get flown under the radar, so picked out kind of 8 different ones, 8 different consoles for people to have variety to maybe check out for themselves of, you know, some newer titles along with some older ones, right? So, yeah, I hope you'll enjoy this. I did try to pick a good number of cheaper ones. There are some that would be a bit more expensive, I would say, but there's a good number of these that you can buy for like $20 or under, right? So yeah, and as always, these are games that I played and beat at least one time over, so yeah, I hope you'll all enjoy and let me know what are some of your underrated JRPGs that people should check out on any console, right? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. As without further ado, let's check out my list of 8 underrated JRPGs on 8 different consoles. First up, we have Lost Odyssey. So, talked about this game a little bit on my channel, but not too much, as, yeah, this is one of the most underappreciated JRPGs out there. Just a fantastic game. You know, you got your legendary JRPG creators on this title, and yeah, a fantastic soundtrack as you're playing as Kaim Arcanor, who, you know, is an immortal, but also has amnesia and lost his memory, because can't be a JRPG without that, right? But yeah, really cool, and as you're kind of going through your journey and working for kind of this army, you come across other immortals who have kind of the same thing. You know, they don't have memories, they have bits and pieces, and of course as you're playing through, you gain more and more memories. There's just a lot of stuff in this. Like, this game is pretty emotional because, you know, there's quite a bit of humor in it, but there's also a lot of heartbreak in this game, and man, we were so close to getting a sequel, and yeah, unfortunately, don't think we're ever getting one, considering, you know, Miss Walker now is a lot smaller of a company, and they pretty much just do mobile titles now, right? And yeah, just the way this game ended, man, I wish we got a sequel or even like a prequel to this whole storyline. But regardless, you know, Lost Odyssey still fantastic game, and yeah, highly recommend to check out. Like, more people need to check out Lost Odyssey. It's just fantastic. Next up, we have Folklore, one of the most forgotten games on PS3 now, as yeah, just a really cool game now. It's not your typical JRPG, it's more of an adventure title, I would say, but yeah, I want to put this game on here still. Is just a really cool game, as you have 2 playable characters. You have Ellen, who's, you know, searching for her mother because, you know, she died many years ago, but she gets a letter from her all of a sudden, for, you know, so she wants to investigate. And you also play as Keats, who gets this random phone call from some lady saying she's being attacked by fairies, so he wants to investigate too. So you're kind of playing both stories, you know, kind of taking turns and everything. And yeah, just a really cool game. And you know, this was a pretty early PS3 title too. Like, this game came out, I believe, 2007, and you know, it still holds up really, really well. It's a beautiful game to still look at, and yeah, it's just really cool. Of, you know, it takes place in Ireland and has this Irish mythology in it, and yeah, just I love the mystery of this. I love this fantasy look, right? It's just really cool, and just a game that, unfortunately, yeah, I kind of got lost over time, and, you know, Fortunately, studio that made this no longer exists, which, yeah, it's too bad because they made quite a few cool games, Game Republic, so, yeah, but either way, highly recommend more people check out Folklore. Next, we have Eternights, so this one is kind of the newest game on my list here today, came out kind of late 2023, and yeah, really cool game for just how low budget is, as yeah, kind of apocalypse has happened, and yeah, the character you're playing as gets like this ability where he loses his arm, but his arm turns into a sword. It's really weird, and yeah, it's like dating sim mixed with JRPG, as, you know, combat wise, like, not a whole lot of depth, it's very repetitive, you know, and skill tree again, yeah, you have a skill tree, not super in depth, but it's a really cool game for just what it is. It's a game you can buy for very cheap, you know, like it came out $30 US at launch, right? So even at launch it was cheap, and you know, just for what it is, it's pretty cool, as you get multiple endings depending on who you date through the game, and yeah, I just had a surprisingly good time with this game. It's not super long, it's like 10 hours long, but again, you do get multiple endings depending on which person you date kind of at the end, right? And I really like that, and yeah, not too bad for, you know, a pretty small game, right? Now we have LBX Little Battlers Experience, so I really love this game. I mean, I could do a whole list of level 5 games, because every level 5 game just about is underrated or underappreciated, you know, besides, you know, maybe Dragon Quest 8 and 9, because those are pretty big series, right? Like, that's a pretty big series, but everything else level 5 does just seems to go under the radar, and this is another one, as, yeah, like, you're playing as Fan, who is a 13-year-old boy that, you know, wants to compete with these, yeah, LBXs, these tiny little robots you use to battle, and yeah, as he's going home one day, he gets approached by some lady who gives him, yeah, an LBX, and yeah, he doesn't know why, and yeah, people are after this LBX. It's, you know, pretty silly kind of story, but man, it's pure fun. This game is pure fun, and it's one of those 3DS titles that, as of right now, you can still buy for very cheap, and yeah, really cool game that, you know, think more people need to check out. I really wish we got the sequel here, but the sequel was Japan only, because I have that game on Vita. Very, very fun too, so yeah, check out LBX on the 3DS, just a really fun game. Now on the DS, we have Glory of Heracles, so this is probably the weakest game, I would say, on my list today, but it's still fun. It's just one of those games that you're probably going to play once and maybe not really play again, or it would have to be quite a few years for you to replay, but overall it's still a solid, just handheld experience, right? There's quite a bit of humor in it. It's a pretty easy game to, like, combat-wise, nothing is going really challenge you all that much. There's some fun kind of touchscreen controls, like one of those games on the DS where the touchscreen actually isn't too bad for some parts, like, you know, because as you're doing magic, you're kind of using the touchscreen to play tiny little mini games almost, to get more power through your magic, and yeah, just solid experience. Again, like I said, nothing super special about this game or anything, but, you know, for how cheap it is, and, you know, since it's another forgotten title, I thought, hey, why not put this on the list? It's not too bad. Then on PS2 I have Radiata Stories, so I really love this game. This game was made by the Star Ocean team, and yeah, just a really fun experience, really funny, and what's funny about this game too is, yeah, the beginning of this game is super non-serious, there's a lot of jokes and everything like that, but once you really get into it, like, man, the game takes a turn, and a very serious turn. It has two different endings, two big different endings too, so this game you're going to want to play multiple times. There's also like something like 150 to 200 different playable characters or party members you can recruit, I should say, which, yeah, really cool, which makes the game highly replayable over and over. Now, few gripes with the game is, like, one, it can be kind of difficult to figure out where you have to go at first. If you're playing this game for the first time, you will get lost. Along with it's kind of difficult to figure out how to progress through the game because it doesn't really tell you how to trigger the next cutscene or anything, and a lot of that is just you have to sleep at inns or your bed or wherever, right, as way to progress. But yeah, just overall this game has a lot more depth to its story than the initial beginning, right? And even though combat is very, very basic, I just really love this game. It's a lot of fun, and yeah, it's a game I replay quite often, so yeah, I just want to talk about Radiata Stories since I think, to me, it's highly underrated. Next up, we have the Alliance Alive HD Remastered. I have the PS4 version, but this is also on Switch and PC, and before just start with this one, pay my respects to Yoshitaka Murayama. Very sad to hear about his passing, another legendary person we lost way too early, right? As, yeah, best known for the Suikoden games, which I want to check out, but yeah, I wanted to wait for the HD remasters to come out of 1 and 2, right? And then later on with Ayuda and Chronicles 100 Heroes, which, yeah, just very sad to hear about this, and yeah, I wanted to bring that up since he also helped with the Alliance Alive here, so just want to pay quick respects for that. But yeah, this game, very, very solid. It's another just easy, relaxing JRPG because it is super easy since after every battle you are fully healed, and yeah, just a cute, charming game. Like, I know a lot of people just do not like these chibi look games. I'm one of the few that don't actually mind it. Like, wouldn't want it in every one of my games, but every now and then I find these types of styles just, charming, right? As, yeah, a lot of this style reminds me of kind of Bravely Default, where, yeah, it's kind of storybook type pop-up kind of look to it, as, yeah, just really cool. And this game was, yeah, an HD remaster of a 3DS title. Also look forward to Legend of Legacy, because that was also a 3DS title that's getting an HD remaster in March, I believe. And I bring that up because Legend of Legacy is like the prequel to this game, The Alliance Alive, so yeah, check that out too. But yeah, just a solid game and a nice relaxing game. Sometimes we need that, so yeah, check out The Alliance Alive HD Remastered. And then the final game I have on PS1 is Jade Cocoon. So I said this before, but surprisingly this is my favorite PS1 game of all time. I absolutely love Jade Cocoon, and I think a lot of it is because of how much, especially as a kid, I was into Pokemon and wanted different types of Pokemon experiences, right? And that's what this game kind of provided. You have kind of, your traditional turn-based combat as you're capturing these minions and using them to fight battles, as, yeah, very simple kind of rock, paper, scissors element, since you just have 4 types here of fire, water, air, and earth. And yeah, it's really cool because you can combine monsters together, and if you're combining different types together, then you combine both their abilities, so fire and water together will make a fire-water creature, and yeah, just really cool things like that. And yeah, there's a lot of replay value to this. You know, it's a very short game for a JRPG, probably around 20 hours or so, but still, I really enjoyed this game. And you know, it's a game too that had people from Studio Ghibli work on it, which was really cool. And the amount of voice acting in this game blew me away, because you know, you have to realize too, especially for JRPGs at this time, there were very few that had voice acting, and even the ones that did were pretty much in like animated cutscenes. It wasn't like every single piece of dialogue just about in this game is voice acted, and I think the voice acting still holds up quite well. So yeah, I always love talking about Jade Cocoon. It's just, yeah, very fun game for me, and absolutely love it. So I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, let's do the outro now. And so that's my list for 8 underrated JRPGs on 8 different consoles. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think. Do you agree or disagree with any of my picks? And like I said in the beginning, let me know what are some of your underrated JRPGs that people should check out, including myself, because there's a lot of games I still have to play that I know, you know, I probably have on my shelf. I just haven't gone through them yet. So yeah, let me know everything about that, and I'll see you next time, everyone. Right, thanks, and have a great rest of your day. Hey everyone, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like and comment, and subscribe if you want to see more, or if you just want to see any of my skits and then nothing else and leave the video, that's fine too. Thanks everyone, take care.